Hi, this is Ellie with Full Moonlight Tarot 20, and today I'm doing a twin flame check-in, and I'm shuffling the soul connections when two hearts meet, love oracle cards, and we're going to pull one card for what the divine feminine is going through at this time, and one for the divine masculine. So, Spirit, what do we need to know about the divine feminine? Guilt. What do we need to know about the divine masculine? Cupid. Okay. So, for the divine feminine, the guilt card came out. Don't let guilt get in the way of happiness. Now, that is a very interesting card because I feel that sometimes, let's say you meet your twin flame and you fall in love with them. And you feel that intense connection, the intense energy exchange. If you know whether you're on the twin flame journey or not, because if someone explains it to you, you either understand it because you've been there, or you are in the twin flame journey. Because once you're on the twin flame journey, you'll always be on the twin flame journey. So you either think that person is crazy, or you know exactly what they're talking about. You've met this person, and your whole life changes around you, and everything becomes about spirituality, and you feel their energy, they feel your energy. There's telepathy, there might be visions. It's just very, very intense, and you go through the dark night of the soul, that whole spiel where all your old wounds come up. Now, guilt is part of that, because you might in order to be with that person, whether you decide to be with your twin flame or not, there might be guilt from the way you've treated past relationships, with the way you've treated other people. If you've had a spouse who's passed away, or a romantic partner who's passed away, you might feel guilt about now seeing somebody new. Yeah, it's just important to not let that guilt eat away at you and ruin a beautiful connection that's come into your life. This is something that all divine feminines kind of have to address, that everybody has some guilt for something. Maybe you feel guilty about the way you think or treat your divine masculine, because I know the divine masculine a lot of times takes a much longer time to get to the point the divine feminine is at. The divine feminine starts her journey first, where she does all the healing, while the divine masculine might still be stuck in toxic relationships, have toxic people around them, toxic jobs, anything like that. They might be stuck in addictions. They just take longer to go through their healing. It just takes them longer because they're more 3D focused. So maybe what the divine feminine needs to address here is guilt over the negative thoughts or the negative feelings that she might have, that she might look, have like a negative opinion of the way her masculine is acting and the way he's living his life. And it's really hard sometimes to remember that you have your journey and he has his journey, and you have to allow him to go through his journey, make his own decisions, and do what he needs to do to get to the point where you're at. He also has free will choice to make decisions that might lead him a different way. He has free will choice to stay in the toxin that he's in. There are so many different facets of the twin flame journey, and so many different things that both counterparts have to go through, and the divine feminine has to learn to let go of the focus of the divine masculine, and turn that focus on herself, because the divine masculine is a mirror. He's a mirror. What he is doing that is annoying you is a part of you that you haven't addressed. If he's doing something that is hurting you, that is a wound you have inside yourself that you have not healed, and he is showing you that you need to heal that wound still. So work on that guilt. Work on having no expectations of the divine masculine. Work on to stop thinking about what he's doing, to stop looking at what he's doing, to just look at what you're doing and focus on you and your healing. And he will follow. He has to follow because you're his mirror as well. And he sees it, and he might see what you're doing. And energetically, you are connected. You're always connected. His higher self loves you and cheers you on, and your higher self loves him and cheers him on. And you two are always working together in the 5D. You're already together in the 5D. So work on you and let him work on him. That is what I have for the divine feminine. This is going to be a lengthy reading. Now, the divine masculine has the Cupid card. Love is in the air when Cupid's around. So he feels the love. So now, because this is a twin flame reading, this is talking about the love he has for you. I don't think that he's fallen in love with someone else, because after he's met his twin flame, the divine masculine, he doesn't love anybody else. He might be stuck in a karmic marriage. He might be stuck in a karmic relationship, but that's not the love he feels for you. That relationship that he's in is feeding his wounds, he's staying in there because he feels comfortable with the toxicity. He's grown up with toxicity. That's all he knows. And until he's met you, he met you and he all of a sudden felt unconditional love. And quite frankly, it scared the crap out of him, because this is not what he's used to. He's never encountered that. For him, all relationships are transactional. You give something to me and I give something to you. To him, unconditional love, he can't even understand it because he's never experienced it. So when they're in toxic relationships, they stay there until they're ready to heal, until they're so fed up with the toxin. First of all, you showed him that what he's in is toxic. You showed him that, because he might not have known until he met you. So now he's feeling the love. He's feeling the love he has for you, and he's feeling it strongly right now. And currently we're in Mercury retrograde, and that brings past people back. So a lot of past energies are coming up again for us to examine, for us to see what we still need to learn from, what we still have to heal. And yeah, it's very interesting that this Cupid card came up, because he's feeling it. He's thinking about you, divine feminine. He's thinking about you. Never forget that you guys are connected. Like, he's always going to feel you, and he might suppress it, and he might try to ignore it, and he might try to turn away from it, but he's always going to come back to it because he can't help it. You guys are connected. So yeah, I'm loving that. He definitely is sending you a lot of loving vibes, and you might actually be feeling that. I'm sure you are feeling it. So send him some loving vibes back. And there might be a meeting coming up. Like I said, Mercury retrograde brings past people to your door. So he might show up at your door out of the blue. So, well, that's what I have for you today. I love that for us, twin flames. And I wish you all the best on your journey. Love and light. If you have any questions, leave me a comment. If you would like a reading, send me an email to fullmoontarot20@gmail.com. And I hope to hear from you. And love and light. I will talk to you tomorrow.